If you have never grown dahlias, I want to introduce you to them. And if you have grown them before, maybe you've never tried to grow them from seed, so I want to show you that. I did save dahlias from last season. I had the tubers, I dug them up from the garden, and I overwintered them in my garage in a cardboard box with some wood shavings, and a lot of them did really good. A lot of the tubers did shrivel up, and I don't know if they'll come back from that, and a lot of them had like little mold, mildew, whatever on it. So it's so typical with that, and I mean, it's one of those things that I'm just going to keep trying and experimenting, finding different ways to kind of keep them, but it's typical. I mean, that's what they do, dahlias, you know, it's hard to overwinter them in the garage. So I have 19 dahlias that I am waiting for them to come up. So this is kind of how I have them. So I have these 6-inch pots, and there's the tuber stem. And so I'm waiting for the sprout to show through. And so far there's nothing. But they'll get sprouts. So I grew these dahlias from seed. Some of these were the seeds that I saved. So I have some showpiece dahlias, some giant hybrids, and then water lily, pom-pom. So we'll see. With dahlias, you never know what color it's going to be. You don't know what style it's going to be. So I'm excited either way. And honestly, if you've never grown dahlias from seed, I want to encourage you to do this. It is very easy to do that. And then you can have beautiful dahlias that you will be surprised to see what color it's going to be. But at least you will save yourself tons of money instead of buying them. You know, usually they have them at Costco or Lowe's or Home Depot, kind of those kind of stores. So anyways, I want to show this to you. So these are the ones I started in soil blocks. And let me show you. So let me show you how well they held up in soil blocks. You can see right here, there's 2 of them, and they kind of went into the empty soil blocks next to them. So let me show you. So like I said, mine are a little dry, so that's why they're kind of crumbling. But the soil blocks hold really well together. I just kind of let mine dry out a little bit. 2 things. I started about, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5, 20. So I started 20 soil blocks of dahlias, and I put 1 seed in each soil block, and I've had terrible germination, maybe like half of them, even a little bit less, that actually germinated. So that's that. So if you're trying to, you know, grow tons from seed, maybe you just need to seed a little bit extra. I don't know if it's typical of them that their germination is so bad, or it's just if my seeds were old, but some of them, the ones I saved, so I'm not sure. But look, this is a late bloomer. He kind of opened up a little bit later. So you can see the soil block. This is kind of like mildew and whatnot from just if not enough air hits that side of the soil block. But look, he still has his seed on. Is that funny? So cute. I love all these visuals. It's like a picture perfect example from seed to plant. But these are definitely ready for their new home. They are beyond ready. Dahlias get very, very big. So as you can see, the soil blocks, they're just full of roots, so they are ready for their new home. And I did label them, you know, like a showpiece and what have you, but honestly, at this stage of the game, I'm so over it. I'm like, I don't even care. I just want a beautiful flower. I don't care who it is, if it's a giant or a hybrid or whatever. the reason I did label them is just to know where to place it in my garden. Like if it's a giant, like I know it's going to get tall, so I would put them maybe towards the back of my garden. But honestly, right now I don't even care anymore. It doesn't matter. I just want beautiful dahlias. So look at that. Some of their roots are like insane. Make sure I go the dirt. Like this one, look how thick he is. And he has it on the other side too. So they're definitely ready for their new home. I'll be up-potting them into these bigger pots that I have. So these are, I think they're 6-inch pots. I'll have a link if you're interested in the same ones, like that. So they will require a lot of soil, and I'm ready for it. So let me see how many I have. These are empty soil blocks, so I'm just kind of getting rid of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 dahlias out of the 20 that I planted. So yeah, half of them. So these dahlias will have to be in their container for, today's March 19th. So they March, April, May. So they'll be in these pots for 2 months before I plant them outside, because they love the heat and I don't want to risk them getting any last minute frost. So I just kind of put the soil block in here and then fill the rest of it up with soil. Like this. And that's it. So he'll be here for 2 months, and this will be plenty of space for him, and I will not have to up-pot him again. This is his final destination. Looks so pretty. So if you have never grown dahlias before, I really encourage you to try. They are so beautiful. They come in so many different colors, so many different styles of a flower. Like there's a cactus kind of style that they have. There's a pom-pom, water lily, what else? I don't know. There's so many different styles that it seems like there's something for everybody. Whoever likes what, there's something for everybody. Here's the second one. Perfect. But dahlia seeds are so easy to gather. So I'm going to be showing you, just follow along, and I will show you this season how to save your own dahlia seeds if you want to grow them. So you can buy dahlia tubers from whichever big box store you want. And then once you grow them that season, then I can show you how to save your own seeds. The trick with that is whenever you have dead looking blooms, like after the flower blooms that season and it's starting to, brown and dry up, the trick is not to get rid of that bloom, which is what I did last season. So I didn't have a lot of seeds to save, because I was trying to prune them. I was like, okay, I want to make sure that all my dahlia plants look pretty. And I was trying to make sure that as the bloom finishes off, that I would prune them off. So the plant looked pretty always, didn't have like dead looking blooms. But you need those if you're trying to save your seeds, because that's where the seeds are. And so you need to have those dead blooms be there for most of the season so they can actually develop into viable seeds. Okay, don't quote me on that. like 3 months or maybe more for the seeds to actually develop on the plant. So you kind of want to make sure that you leave those dead blooms. And then that's when we're going to get seeds for next year. And I'm actually going to do this year because I used up a lot of my seeds. And so I want to save more seeds. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just putting soil in here. Like this. And then this is the one that had the 2 soil blocks together. So I'm just keeping it just because the roots went into the second soil block. So I'm going to keep it all like that and then top off with fresh soil. And in this soil, what I did this time around is I put perlite in here and I put worm castings in here just because it has extra. Worm castings are really good for the soil and they have extra nitrogen that they add to the plants, and so I thought it might be good, kind of like fertilizer for the plants. Can't hurt. It can't hurt. It just only adds. Okay, this one's done. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, so these seedlings, I planted them on February 12th. So I had the showpiece. These are my soil block chart. So showpiece, giant hybrid, water lily, pom-pom. Those are the styles. So these dahlias are 2 months old. Okay, so I've had them for 2 months. Today is March 19th, I think. Okay, like that. And so these, like I said, these dahlias will be in here for another 2 months. So they will definitely fill up the spot. The one thing that I have not practiced yet, but I really want to do for maybe next season, is grow dahlia from cuttings. So that's when you have your tubers, when they form, when they sprout and form this, then you would cut it and then just place it in the pot with soil, and those are the cuttings. And so you can grow a lot of the same variety. So that'd be kind of something fun to try for next season. Not this season. This season I already have plenty dahlias. Oh my, how many do I have? So this season I have, what did I say, 19 and then 11. That's a lot of dahlias. Where am I putting all those? I don't know. I will have to find a way. Find a place in my garden. Last season, I had like 5 or 4 of my plants that I lost to a huge windstorm that we had in July, maybe. We had a huge windstorm and a lot of the dahlias just collapsed. I didn't have them staked up properly because I was like, oh, I have plenty of time before I have to stake them up. Because the stem of the dahlia is hollow on the inside. So anytime you have huge wind, the plant just goes boop. So I lost 4 plants or 5 plants. So those never got a chance to bloom. It was like some of them even had buds, I think, on them. They were just ready to bloom. So that was very sad because that was like 6 months of work or 4 months of work. So these are 2 months old, right? And then 2 months before I plant them out. So 4, 5. Yeah, so they were 5 or 6 months old. 6 months of work just poof, gone. So you want to make sure that you do stake them up, probably at the very beginning when you plant them, because that wind we had was crazy. It just came through like out of nowhere, and there went all my dahlias, half of them. So, and dahlias will bloom through the season. So you plant them out, I'll plant them out in May, and then they will bloom until our first frost, which will be like in October sometime. So they are good producers. They just keep on blooming, and the more you cut off the flowers, you know, like just cut them for cut flowers for home, the more they'll produce new ones, new shoots. So they're beautiful. Okay, I'm going through my dahlias, and a lot of them are kind of rotted and dead or dried up. So I'm kind of going through the best ones, and I don't know, I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't have a lot of space to dedicate to to the tubers right now. So I'm just like being very picky, throwing a lot of them away. And honestly, I feel like it's almost easier just to grow them from seed, but obviously you're not going to be able to get the same variety again if you do that. So anyway, so these are all the bad ones I'm throwing away. So some have sprouts on them, like this one has lots of sprouts on it. So I'm definitely keeping it. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of cutting off some of like the jangly tubers that aren't really even attached fully. And good, I guess I'll just place that one in like that. I mean, with it, a lot of it too is just kind of cross your fingers and hope it works kind of a thing. So we shall see. So I'm putting in these, I don't know if these are 6-inch pots. So I'm putting them halfway with soil or so, putting the dahlia in, and then putting that in, and then covering that up with soil, and I'm gonna wait for it to sprout. And I think they said not to water them until they sprout, until you see like shoots coming up, because they're kind of prone to rotting out. So these pots are not like the biggest. Like I probably should have had a little bit of a bigger pot, but I don't have that many big pots because I have so many dahlias. So I'm just kind of making do with what I have. And I cover them up, let them sprout, see who sprouts, and then go from there. So there's a sprout right here, and they're red, like reddish burgundy. See that reddish burgundy? And then right here, there's like one hidden in there. So anyways, this is kind of what it looks like. And then look at this one. It has a lot of new growth, like right there, that pinkish burgundy, right here, right there. So I'm just gonna plant the whole clump. So I have this pot. And then cover it all with soil. There you go. And wait for it to sprout. Like this one right here. That one is like dead. The tubers are all dried up, and I don't see any little sprouts or shoots, and there's like mold right here. So this is a dud. This one looks beautiful. Look at it. Has a shoot right here. There's one there. This one doesn't really have any shoots. I don't see any sprouts on here, but the tubers are still really thick, like they're not squishy. So I'm thinking he still has life in him, so I'm gonna definitely up pot him and give him a chance. And here they are. Look at that. All the ones that look like crusty crusty things that look like nothing would ever happen, they are all, but a few of them are sprouted. So look at this. Look at that. So this is the, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. There's the stem. So here it is, it's sprouted. So then I have another one. Let me show you. Look at that. There's a root. Can you see? There's a root dangling out of the bottom of this. But you can see here, it has all these different sprouts. Okay. Let's see what else. So here's, let me show you this one. So I can't remember, I think I have like 2 or 3 put in here. So this one looks dead. I don't see anything happening yet. I don't know. But then I had some other ones in here and they are sprouting. Like that. So this is exciting. So you just have to give them a little bit of time. I think it's been 2 weeks since I did this, maybe 3. I can't remember exactly. So you just give them time and then the shoots will come or not come. So this one here, I don't see anything. So I don't know. This one I think is a dud. And then these are the ones that I grew from seed that we transplanted. So look how tall these are. So these are the ones that I started from seed. So all of them are doing great. So today is April 2nd. And I still have a while before I'm gonna take them outside, and I don't even want to harden them off outside yet because it's still in the 70s, and then one day it's in the 60s. So I want to wait until we're consistently in like 70s, higher 70s, before I start hardening them off, because dahlias love the heat, they love warm weather. So, well, let me show you this one. This is a fun one. So I want to encourage you, if you're starting your dahlias from seed or if you're starting them from tubers that you saved, they just take a little bit of patience, and you know, pretty much all of them, but maybe 2 of them of mine sprouted. Well, that's it for me. Thank you for taking your time to watch this. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you learned something. I hope that you follow along on my YouTube channel at Growing Independence and watch these little babies grow into beautiful flowers. And I'll teach you things along the way, and then we'll do seed saving in probably October with the plants. So until next time, I will see you later. Bye.